How do you think Satan looks like? Whether you believe in its existence or not, we probably all have some images in our head when thinking of Satan or the devil. Do you think about a human shape? And if so, is Satan an ugly figure with horns or a handsome angel? And if you think he doesn't look like a human, do you imagine a serpent-like creature or something completely different? The interesting thing about Satan or the devil is that his appearance is not consistently described in literature, and so it has provided creative artists with the freedom to use their imagination, and that is the subject of this video. But first, who is Satan? Are Satan and the devil the same figure? And what about demons? The most general idea is that Satan represents evil, at least according to religions like the Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, and that this figure tries to make people make sinful decisions. In these religions, Satan and the devil are the same figure, but the devil is a more general name that refers to the main evil spirit in different religions as well. Second, Satan is generally believed to be expelled from heaven by God. Of course, there's a lot of variation in how people look at Satan, but I just want to provide a general idea of how Satan is looked at, helping us to identify him in art from the past centuries. Satan is often described as having temporary power to influence people on earth, as true believers are able to resist him in the end. And in some stories, Satan is leading a group of helpers who are often referred to as demons, who can come in many shapes, but often are referred to as other fallen angels who help Satan spread evil in the world. To understand how Satan is depicted, it's helpful to look at some common stories in which Satan plays a role. The first one is the fall of man, when a snake convinces Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. Well, the story does not really say that this is the devil who is convincing them, but it is commonly interpreted that the devil was disguised as a snake. And so the snake is one common way to depict the devil in this story, and artists often added a human face to the body of a serpent to refer to the fact that the snake communicated with Eve. In the New Testament, the devil is described tempting Jesus in various ways to make sinful decisions. He is explicitly referred to as the devil, but his appearance is not described. As he and Jesus go to several places together, he is often depicted as a human-like figure, but with some twists that make us recognize him as the devil. For example, in this work from around 1527 by Jacob van Oossanen, the one on the left has horns, claw-like hands, and he appears to have a tail. He is also dressed in black, a color more often associated with Satan, whether it is captured in his clothes or his skin color. And it may be hard to see, but in this early 17th century work, the devil seems to have the cloven hooves of a goat. And in this work by Juan de Flandes, we can recognize the horns once again, as well as some webbed feet. And Botticelli captured the devil 3 times on top of this painting, showing him with rooster-like feet. In these 2 frescoes from the 12th century, Satan appears as a smaller figure, at least compared to Jesus, and in this version he has horns. And in both of these frescoes he has wings, referring to his role as a fallen angel. This expressive scene by Ari Scheffer from 1854 depicts him as a man without horns or goat-like features, but with wings. And sometimes you need to look carefully to identify Satan, as he doesn't like to be recognized at times. In this work by Sebastiano Ricci from the 18th century, you need to look closely to see 2 small horns growing on his head. And similarly so in this painting by Gandolfo Gaetano. We already saw several depictions of Satan with wings, referring to the story that he was an angel who was expelled from heaven. Perhaps the most famous depiction of Satan or Lucifer as a fallen angel is this painting from 1847 by Alexandre Cabanel, showing him right after he was thrown out of heaven and plotting his revenge. The story that precedes this is his fight with Archangel Michael, who single-handedly defeated him. This story has been a popular subject among artists, and you will see several examples of this scene here. You can see his wings in these paintings, and some artists have combined that with one of the earlier mentioned characteristics of Satan, like his goat horns, as you can see in this painting by Raphael, or the presence of a snake, as in this wonderful version from around 1660 by the Italian artist Giuseppe Maruglio. By now we have seen several clues that help us identify the devil, including his wings, animal-like feet and hands, a tail, the association with a snake or serpent, etc. But in the painting so far, he looked either like a human or the snake in the Garden of Eden. But he has also been depicted as other serpent types, ranging from a dragon to some very bizarre creatures. This is Saint Michael Defeats the Devil from around 1468 by Bartolomé Bermejo. At the bottom we can see the devil with its red eyes, black horns and scary mouth. The devil has a reptilian body covered with body armor and a tail with a claw at the end. Notice how its torso represents another face, with the red eyes representing its nipples, and with the teeth of that face under the left foot of the angel. And out of that mouth slither some snakes. This was the medieval way of representing the devil by composing its body out of body parts from different animals. And if you look carefully at the figure on the right of this anonymous German engraver from the late 15th century, you can recognize parts from several creatures making up the body of the devil. And I also like this bizarre representation of the devil in a painting from 1475 by Michael Pacher, showing Satan with Saint Wolfgang. Well, before the end of this video, I want to show you a couple other original depictions of the devil, like this symbolist version from 1902 by the Russian artist Mikhail Vrubel, and these comical representations of the devil from the late 19th century by the Finnish artist Hugo Simberg. There are of course many more representations of the devil, and I'm curious to hear which paintings and artists first come to mind when thinking about Satan or the devil. Please share them in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to support the channel, I would highly appreciate it if you can hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget the notification bell if you don't want to miss any new videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.